Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and our home team. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Here we go. Ready? White 25. 54. White 54. Pick it up. Hey, pick it up. White. Check 50. Hey, switch gears.
On first down, it's Moore. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Ready. Blue lady. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Flip it. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Easy. Hey. Where we go?
They'll try the left side. Moore. And he's blocked down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Easy. Pop. Check the backer. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Tight dog.
They'll run on first down. Taylor. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Twist. Hey, thumb. Check 55 to Mike. Check 50. Where do we go?
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 41-yard line.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Flip it. 95's the save. No, check. He's Mike. You got to get the ball.
From the gun, Winston. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked Picked off near the 34. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Ready? 18 Gator. I got you. Hey, exit. 55, not 55. Ready?
On 1st and 10, McPherson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Let's go. 10 Lobo. Pilot, 64, weak. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Hey.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And a pretty little juke move there, but not a ton to show for it afterwards as he's brought down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the Bills' 12-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Travis Kelce, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Good track. Check your hot read. Check. Green, triple team. Chance. 66, bullet, pop. Easy. Let's go.
They'll run with Taylor. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
No. Flip it. Easy.
On second down, it's Moore. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Ready? Back 45 behind.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Green, triple team. 55, Mike. Short. Hey, eat. Watch the flag.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. On fourth down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, and the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down.
Let's go now.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, McPherson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Well, he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. On now is the Packers punter. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
A quick throw taken in by Diggs. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. He's at the 50, the 30. The 20, 10, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 95 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, punt the ball away. But no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you've got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell me they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And give him 9 yards on the second down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Ready? 10-2 soft. 56. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Throwing on first down. McPherson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run it with Jones. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Returning it is Moore. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 39. A big play here for the Bills. 41 yards.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Sonic.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
56, right there, 56. Rip right. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Let him go.
They just do get the play off. Now Winston. And he's got Shackey. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On first down, it's Taylor. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Ready, blue ready. Mike's 56. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Check, crunch, crunch, crunch. Come on, Fanatic. Here we go, even. Let we go.
Now a give, right side. Moore. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on third down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Here we go, D, get off the field. 56, Mike 56, right there, 56. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Wait. Where we go?
On third down, Winston. This is caught. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bills have taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side. It's Norris. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Come on, set. 18 greater. Quarterback, don't get nervous. We begin the turn. Go. Don't get nervous. Mike 56. Yes.
On first down, McPherson. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. T.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Waiting from the gun. McPherson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Following the interception, Winston slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
95 to Sam. Go check his Mike. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. 5-0.
To throw, Winston. Going deep for Diggs. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by his former FSU teammate, Jalen Ramsey. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Ready.
He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 9 yards that time.
Ready. 56. Check 56. Defense wins championships, baby.
From the gun, McPherson. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll run on first down. Moore. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Easy, easy, easy. 56. Mike.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Moore. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Ready? White 25. Yeah. You don't want none. Flip it, flip it, flip it.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by his former FSU teammate Jalen Ramsey.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Looking to throw. McPherson. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 18-yard line.
Set. 60 outlaw. 56. Yeah, let's get sack lunch. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
2nd and 11. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
On 3rd down, Norris. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
Let's go. 10-2 stop. 56. You. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? They'll try and run it in with Jones. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Defense didn't budge on third down. Now what are we going to see on fourth?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Welcome back to Toronto. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the fourth quarter. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. He'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard.
At the 23-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Hey, stop. Let's go. Kill. Turn up. Hey, kill. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
They'll try the left side. It's Moore. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
The Bills on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. Taylor. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And Winston lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game, but they were in what was really called 4-minute offense, and that's practice, meaning taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. On first down, it's Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. T.J. Watt make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Complete, the tight end Kelsey. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now Jones. And the second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with his 16th touchdown of the year. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 17-14.
Packers 17, Bills 14.
Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Easy. Hey.
They'll keep it on the ground. Moore. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run.
Easy. Who's that? Is that yours? Who's that? 56. Mike.
On 3rd down, it's Taylor. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Let's go. Let's do it.
31-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Hey, stop. 55. Hey, eat. I'm coming after you. Quick dad.
They'll run on 1st down. Moore. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Ready. Black 22. Watch 55. Big stop. Green 17. Mike 55. Right there in the middle. 55. We own it. Here we go.
Now Winston. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it third and long. Here's Winston. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on fourth down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Let's make these babies cry. Wait. Check his mic. I don't even know why this team showed up. 95's Mike. Watch 95. Go.
Now Winston on fourth down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all three timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It's second and inches at the 29-yard line.
An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. Second and inches. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Again, it's Jones. And some room to work. And all the way down to the 26.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Green Bay, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, their woes continue as the record falls now to 1-10. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the